Hello, this is Tom Still from the Wisconsin Technology Council. Thank you for joining us for today's edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by the Tech Council in partnership with WisBusiness.com and with the help of our sponsors, the Wisconsin Economic Development Corp and Exact Sciences. Thanks again for joining us with WisBusiness.com, the show. Well, our annual Governor's Business Plan contest is entering the home stretch. We got about 150 entries at the start of the year in the four major categories, and we're down to 25 finalists who will soon become the diligent dozen. Our judges are busily selecting 12 entries to move on to the Entrepreneurs Conference, which will be June 5th and 6th in Milwaukee. Our major prize sponsor is WEDC. Speaking of the business plan contest, an upcoming event, May 9th in Wauwatosa, will feature three female founders who won the contest in their respective years. That's going to be at the UWM Innovation Accelerator in Wauwatosa. May 21st in Madison, we're going to hear from some emerging firms that will present to investors and other experts. They're going to pitch their innovations in agriculture, energy, and personal health. And we're going to hold that at the Sheraton Hotel on Madison's John Nolan Drive. May 14th, we'll be back in Adams, Wisconsin, for a free session on just to help entrepreneurs learn about all the basics of launching, funding, and growing a young business. It's going to be at Mid-State Technical College. Registration begins at 8:30, program running from 9 a.m. to noon. And with this, as with all of our events, you can go to the Tech Council website and register. May 23rd, we'll be in Eau Claire to talk about what's next for healthcare delivery in the Chippewa Valley. They've had some disturbances there, let's put it that way, in the recent months. And so that'll be on the campus at UW Eau Claire. June 5th and 6th in Milwaukee, as mentioned, the Wisconsin Entrepreneurs Conference will be held there. Our keynote speaker will be Manish Arora, who's the founder of Elephas, which is a company that's really taken off in the last couple of years. Next up, we're going to hear from Jim Blair of VC3, formerly Aberdean. Welcome back to WisBusiness.com, the show. Well, one of our longtime friends at the Tech Council is Jim Blair and his team at VC3, known until very recently as Aberdean Consulting. The name change comes from VC3's acquisition of Aberdean, which has been a part of the Madison tech scene for more than 20 years and will remain so. Welcome to the show, Jim.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me. Good morning.
Absolutely. So, under the name Aberdean, you've been the Tech Council's information technology consultant almost from our beginnings. And so it's going to feel a little strange when I, call your office and a voice in the other end answers VC3. But I'm getting over it, though, because I know this new partnership is going to be good for you and for your customers in Wisconsin. So tell us about VC3, its roots, its reach, and what new or expanded services it can bring.
Yeah, it's kind of strange for us with the change as well, but it's a great team. It's a 30-year-old company. They started in South Carolina. They actually, we were a 20-year-old company at the time, when we merged. They're really, trying to create a really kind of a special type of business. So they're trying to create a really large MSP in a size and scale that hasn't been done before. So they're, in an acquisition mode. They did acquire 5 companies last year. The company's about 750 people, about 160 million in revenue. They actually work with about 5% of the cities and municipalities around the country. And that was kind of a niche that they started to focus on.
It sounds exciting. And, one service point you've always stressed and your team there is cybersecurity, which is increasingly important today in this world of bots and phishing and malware and gosh knows what else. What are some basic protective trends that you're seeing that would be good for businesses and municipalities?
I think what's interesting about our industry is a lot has changed. The cloud didn't exist when we started, and a lot of our business was kind of built as the industry kind of emerged. But the timing for us to merge with a bigger company had to do with kind of the security nature of this business really becoming a 24/7 business and being able to provide services to clients outside of our normal business hours that we had.
Yeah, very good. And so how did you personally get your start in the IT world? I know you served in Operation Iraqi Freedom, and you were in the Army at the time. And was it then or even earlier? How did you get the bug?
Well, when I was, the personal computer came about the time that I was graduating from high school, and I ended up going to college for business and computer science. But yeah, so I actually got my start in the industry about 25 years ago.
Okay. Well, 20, it's been a great career for you thus far. It's going to take another exciting turn now with VC3. So we're so thrilled you can join us today on the show.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Really appreciate you having me on the show.
Thanks again to our sponsors, the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation and Exact Sciences. We'll see you next time.